Today, the pedal adjustment carriage.
It's Willwood, American.
That looks very much like the SD ones.
Yeah, it's the only difference is that the old one were 0.7, this one's a 0.75.
Yeah.
Which will just make it ever so slightly harder to press. But it'll work okay. So yeah, that's gonna look okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks really nice, isn't it? I like that. You've got clevis pin there to go with it. Look at that. Top quality. Yeah, I need to do something with that accelerator pedal. It's a load of rubbish. Look at the state of this thing. See if I can get it out. Look at that old bodged up thing.
I think you need something.
It'd be better if it had a piece of rubber on it. That'd help. But I mean,
Didn't your old one have a bit of rubber on it?
That's supposed to be pivot.
Yeah.
Eh?
Didn't your old one have rubber on it?
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. We'll go back on now. Well, yeah. I mean that's asking for bother, isn't it? With a little pivot like that.
The main point of today was to take off the carriage and get it cleaned up a little bit to try and free it up and make it move a little easier. The one thing though is it might not be that easy.
Clever little mechanism. Right, let's get rid of that.
The super sturdy accelerator.
Can you remember where this went?
Where what went?
I'll show you. That. Right, so that's the end of one of old pipes.
Yeah.
Can you remember whether it went there or not?
I don't know, I'll have to have a look at some...
Looks like there's some holes there, I can't really tell. Right, so that's for...
guiding pipes?
Yeah, that's for brake pipes and clutch pipe, yeah. So that's my 1 foot back. So I brought it down to there, I've put union on it yet. That's the old one, so it's got to be somewhere around there, hasn't it? And I'd have thought it was somewhere there.
You sort of see...
Maybe like that.
There, yeah.
Yeah, I think it were there, but buggered if I can remember now.
As it turns out, looking into the old footage when we were taking it all apart, Gary was spot on with his positioning.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll take this carriage in bits and we'll clean the slides. That's a job that needs doing anyway. And see we've got paraffin grease out. Might be a good idea to do it now. Okay, right, so I don't know how that comes off. But we're getting that off though to clean up. Very strange, don't know how it comes off. I don't want that play in it either, I don't know why it's like that.
It probably doesn't have the play when it's tight.
Well, no, there's like a brass block that goes under there.
Yeah.
Which is, it's in my bucket of paraffin at the moment. So, but that should come off. Right, so we've got a little, I think that's a roll pin that's in there. So that'll take that off. It's got an adjuster on it. Right, anyway, we'll take them out.
Yep. With that, the process of further disassembly began. But that's where things being easy stopped.
Right, that's that bit. That should just slide off in theory.
And no.
All that damage there's from brake fluid leaking out.
One of them's worked.
It's easy enough. Go in. Don't want to. I would have put it in vice and pulled it out, but I don't want to damage that surface. Hammer time.
Stop! Hammer time!
There we go. Oh dear. Problem we're having a pit, stuff falls down it. Right, we'll clean them up in some paraffin.
Then find that. Wherever it's happened to go.
That's one.
Okay.
Yep. Might need a little polish with emery paper, but apart from that they're alright.
That's come up really well. It's a good job it's not smell-o-vision.
I think it's just bright bad, I don't think it's so spectacular. Ideally they'd be nice made out of chrome moly.
Yeah.
That's expensive stuff. Right, well that looks like new. We're having some new bolts at end, so I'll go. That'll probably take it to work and shot blast it. Well, I might have to modify that yet.
Depending, yeah, if
Old servo master cylinder went in there, so might play around with that. So yeah, it'll probably need dipping in some paint thinners or something. Get old paint off it.
What to do with that?
This is a bit you know. Mind making one out of stainless steel. Let's see if our manager will do us a program, make this one out of stainless.
Something a bit better.
What do you reckon?
See?
It's probably only one part. It's probably about 16 gauge or something in it.
Make one a bit thicker.
Well, same thickness but stainless. Brake fluid ain't going to take paint off it then, is it?
True.
Yeah, I think we can do something with this. Yeah, so yeah, we'll do that. Looks like that's in there. They've screwed it in so far and then put a roll pin through it to stop it moving. So it's threaded.
Oh yeah.
You can see what roll pin goes through. Look. This is actually out of a greenhouse. That bit.
What, the screw bit?
Yeah, the adjuster, it's out of a greenhouse, apparently.
Okay. Well, you can't see that Marcos weren't inventive in their solutions.
Well, I mean, how much would it cost to get something like that made?
Well, yeah.
You know, especially back in 70s, 80s and 90s, you know.
A lot more than it costs today.
Yeah, nowadays a CNC would cut that in no time.
A week later, the carriage was cleaned up and ready for reassembly. But was it all going to work out?
It's running up and down nicely. Well, not that nice, but
It is moving up and down.
well, with a mallet, yeah. So this top piece, you have a look at front of there. It's terrible. I don't know what they've done. They've just butchered it. Look at holes and everything in there.
Yeah. They're not brilliant, are they?
No, it's not good. I've actually power filed them out a bit, you know, make them a little bit nicer. But all this bit here is going to have to be chopped out.
Yeah.
That's fine for clutch. But this section here is all going to have to come out because I've got that MGB one coming with servo. So I'm hoping I can get it in there. Now it's about 7 inch in diameter. Old one was 6, so it's wherever I can get it really.
Okay.
I did polish the slides, but
It's just not made much difference.
it's getting caught on that. It's taking off. I'll take pedals off. Get all the rust off. Look at that when you shot blast it gets into all the holes, doesn't it?
And stays there.
It's that done. Oh, that one.
That seems a bit better. Ah, it did seem a bit better.
Stuck on some at the end, which don't really matter. What's that one?
That'll never get right to the end, will it?
No, it's not. That's fine, is that? Yeah. Should be the same. That one's probably better than that one. Yeah, I mean that should work, shouldn't it?
That's what it needs to do, yeah.
Right, we'll give it another try. What's it like when it's on? Ow! It's not bad. I've got that thrown there. Come on, you little bugger. It's stuck on. Stuck on that bloody piece of what's it now. A bit of leather or whatever it is. Right, we'll try it again. That spacer there. It's been powder coated with some really expensive powder coating stuff.
Oh.
And do guitar pedals with it, like a speckled finish.
Nice.
Dean did it for me the other day. That's just to raise the carriage up slightly. Right, let's have a look. Just give it a little tweak. Just a little bit tight. Mind you, I've got no grease or oil on it at the moment. That should be alright. That's good. Couldn't do that yesterday. A bit of grease on that should be right, shouldn't it?
Should be.
So I'll bring it back to you and tighten it. So that bolts will find their own way.
Copper slip.
Yeah, it's that copper slip. Let's see what it's like now. Probably go tight at the other end now. Yep, alright. Right, where's that spanner that you found earlier? Just loosen them off slightly. Loosen them off. I don't think it'll have to go all the way back there anyway. Ugh, stuck. Right, it's loose at that end. Not this. That hasn't been galvanised. All I did was clean it up and paint it. So that's probably about as far as it's going to go backwards anyway.
Okay.
Just wonder what it'll be like with some oil on. It's perfect at that end now. That's the end that was terrible before.
So now the terrible end is swapped ends.
Yeah. So, is it because it's too far out or too far in? File them out. Right, I'm just going to take this off and I'm going to have my dinner. I had to drill these and tap them out lathe and out so that bolts would go out way in. Look at this, they've put a little piece in there and all. What's that about? Doesn't make sense.
It seems fairly consistent as well, doesn't it? Across the whole bit.
it again. See if I've got a bit of movement on it. Oh, loads of movement now.
So you've got quite a bit of adjustment now.
Should have. So I'll move it backwards and forwards and then slowly tighten them up
Yeah.
so it finds its own way. That's the idea. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. It's all going to have to come in bits again anyway. Do you want to pass us that 3-in-1? I'll spray a bit of that on and I'll...
Where is it?
Just next to you.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Nearly done. Right.
That's twice you've done
goes
that
all of a sudden, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, seems to be sliding bit. Not till we get it in here though.
So it was now time to put everything back together and see if the chassis actually slid forward and backward as intended. But of course, leaving everything a little bit slack so there's a bit of play just to make sure everything was going perfect.
So it gets stuck there, doesn't it? That's good. That's good. Right. Let's be spanner gun. What's that? Definitely too far apart there, isn't it?
So some small adjustments were going to be needed. But would these be the only ones, or was this going to be a bit of a prolonged process?
That's reasonably tight now, but it don't move.
You're right.
Yeah, it's a bugger, isn't it?
And the chances are, once you've got it set, it's not going to adjust, not going to move, but
yeah, but it should slide better than that.
yeah.
Slide a lot easier than that.
It's like the steering rack all over again, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, well, the steering rack's not far off now. Yeah, right, well.
Something still wasn't quite right, and we couldn't quite figure out what. It worked with a hammer, it just wouldn't move without the aid of a hammer. At least not very easily.
Stuck now.
Is it mallet time?
I wonder if it's got a bit of a burr around that edge of holes, you know.
see if you can take a bit of the edge off.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll forget about it for today. We'll do a bit more wiring.
Okay. So the whole arrangement came off again, this time to do a little bit of adjustment to the actual holes where the pipes were going through. You think the person who did it says, "Oh, I can do it by eye," and actually had an eye patch over his good eye?
In theory, there should be plenty of clearance. Like that. Right, well, if there's any burn or any edge on that, it's taking it off. Right, try that again. Perfect till you bolt it together. Right, I'll give it another try.
So back on the whole mechanism went. Let's see if it works this time.
Now this side's tightened.
Yeah.
That side in. Well, it is at that corner. Ah, you can see it's going that way when you pull it back this way. You'll see it from where you are.
A little bit.
I can see it moving this way because I'm right over the top of it. Perfect to that end. So we need to go that way. I'll tell you what I'll do. File a little bit more out of it if I...
So it all comes out again for a little bit more filing. Let's see if this does the trick.
It's a pain. Tight that way now. Can't win.
as it turned out a few weeks later, the actual solution was a little bit more radical, but more on that later. We're at Unlucky for Some 13, and we'll be looking at more electrics and some gears. See you then.